Welcome back to Just Code It. Today we're going to dive a bit deeper into Crawl4AI. Specifically, we're going to take a look at browser configs. This is how you configure the browser object with Crawl4AI. Let's just take a look at the final code and what we actually get. Here we're going to run a few different options where we're going to crawl using a desktop, a mobile device, then crawl for text results. It all returns the same right now, but you can see how we changed the different browser configs here. The website we're crawling is just this one. I'm pretty sure we're crawling the home page, so this page, or maybe it's the quick start page. I think we're crawling this page. Let's just jump right into the code. To start out, you're going to do pip install Crawl4AI, and then if it's not working, do Crawl4AI setup. This installs the Playwright and all the behind-the-scenes stuff that Crawl4AI uses to crawl the website. Then we're going to do our imports, where we're going to do async crawler, browser config, and crawler run config. Pretty print for, then rich for the print. We're going to define a few variables. Primary browser is going to be Chromium. URL large viewport is going to be a tuple with the pixels. And then mobile viewport is the pixels here. This is just the screen sizes that we're going to use. Then we're going to do a async method called crawl once, which takes in a label and a config and doesn't return anything. Create a variable called started, which is time perf counter. Then we're going to create our crawl config, which is just going to exclude these tags. So we try to get to the meat of the actual file or the thing we're crawling. After that, then we're going to do an async with async web crawler and then pass the web crawler our config that we passed in. Finally, the results are going to be await crawler a run, give it the URL, and then the config is going to be the crawler config here. After it runs, we're going to set elapse to time perf counter minus start and print out some stuff. After getting the elapsed time, we're then going to print out a few things like the label, result success, config type. Then another one is result markdown, bit markdown, and then elapsed time. Finally, at the very end, we're going to print the, this is the length of the results. Then this is actually just the first 500 characters of the markdown. Let's actually do this as well. This might be a bit better. Let's see if that actually makes a difference. Looks like that's not working. Let's actually just do straight markdown. Yeah, it looks like the characters are working there. All right. Moving on to the async main method, we're going to define a base browser, which is going to be a browser config object with the browser type set to the primary browser, headless set to true. This is just so it doesn't pop up a Chromium browser every single time you run it. If you want to actually see what it's doing, then you can set this to false and you can actually see it launch a browser. Then we're going to set the viewport width to large viewport, and then the height to the large viewport. Finally, the use agent mode is going to be set to random. Agent mode is just what type of browser agent it's going to use. So like Safari, Chrome, WebKit, Firefox is another one I'm pretty sure. And we're going to do verbose set to false. Let's actually set this to true for right now. After we create that base browser, we're going to do base browser clone and then change the things we want to clone in it. This is the mobile browser. All we're going to do is change the width and the height to the mobile viewport. Next, we're going to clone it again and do text browser, where text mode is going to be set to true. Light mode is also going to be set to true. What this does is text mode and light mode skips images and JavaScript, allows the crawler to run a lot faster. If you disable JavaScript on a website and the content still shows, then you can use stuff like this. Finally, we are also creating this debug browser, which is the base browser again, a clone, and then headless is going to be set to false, and verbose is set to true. After creating all those browser configs, we're going to actually run a few. We're going to do a wait, crawl once, and then desktop and base browser, and then mobile browser, and then text mode. We're going to do a print statement and do a if name equals main and do async run. Let's give this a run again. So here we have it running. Let's actually bump this up to 1000 so we can see a bit more. Yep. Actually ignore the Markdown right here just so we can see the difference in time elapsed. Let's run it again. Here we're going to compare. So the first one took 2 seconds, the second one took 1.8 seconds, and then the last one took 1.92 seconds. Here you can see how the viewport using just text-only mode really does improve the performance a good amount. Also, just using a smaller browser does improve the performance as well. For the browser config, up next, we're going to take a look at caching modes and how you can use that to improve the performance. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Please like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I'll see you next time.